Hey everyone, Martin Miller here, and today I'm thrilled to introduce something to you that I've been using for some time, but have been keeping quiet on, and that is the Laney Ironheart Loud Pedal. There it is. This pedal has been a collaboration between Laney Amplification and myself. As you can see here on the side, it carries my signature, which is something that I'm very proud of. Now I'm going to show you what this incredibly feature-packed baby can do, both in terms of sound, but also in terms of its wide array of features and use cases. There's just so much more to this product than meets the eye. It can do basically more than any other standard pedal that I'm aware of. And now it's time to check it all out. So let's start off by quickly talking you through my history with Laney. I've been a Laney endorsee for 10 years now, but I've been a Laney player long before that. I remember that in my pre-college days, I bought my first tube amp, which was a GH50L. Then during my college years, I used to play a VH100R, and my main gigging amp was a VC50, which was very, very heavy, and people always had to help me carry it. So that was really cool. And all my favorite players at the time used to play it: Andy Timmons, Paul Gilbert, Matthias Eklund, etc. In the last decade or so, I've been mostly using the Ironheart series. The IRT Studio in particular has been my main weapon in the studio for recording. I've been playing all my clinic tours with the 30 and 60 watt combos. I've also been experimenting a lot with the Lionheart series, which gives you a smoother, more lightly overdriven sound. I'm still a proud owner of the very first L5 head. I own serial number 1, which is really, really cool. And of course, with the session band that recently started touring, we're using in-ears, but I've been filling up the stage sound with 2 Laney RFR cabinets and been blasting people in the face with that. So it's a long-standing relationship that has finally culminated in the Ironheart Loud Pedal, which I had the pleasure of co-designing. And with that out of the way, let's have a look at the set of features. So the control set on the front will be rather familiar to those who have played the original amps. We have 2 channels that have a few shared controls, which are tone, reverb, bass, middle, treble, and the red one right here, which is a boost. And then you have separate volume and gain controls for the individual channels, plus some switches to alter the voicing of each channel. The interesting thing is that both channels can achieve clean and distorted tones depending on how you set them and whether you boost them or not. And the tones range from completely clean and distortion free to more gain than you could ever possibly need. Also, as you can see, the reverb, channel switch, and boost are foot switchable, which is really, really awesome. Now let's pick up the pedal and have a look at some of the features that are hidden a little bit underneath the hood. On the side, you have a loudspeaker connector. This means you're looking at a full-blown guitar amplifier featuring a preamp and a power amp section that can drive your favorite guitar cabinet, and this thing can get very, very loud indeed. You also have an FX loop on the side, MIDI integration, and my favorite feature, which is the DI out, featuring 2 of my custom designed IRs that are meant to bring out the most of this unit in terms of sonic quality when you're in a recording situation where you're using a DI out. You also can turn the IRs off or upload your own IRs via the USB-C connector and a software that comes with it that also features stuff like EQs to further tweak your IRs, etc. And lastly, you have an aux in to run backing tracks through the unit and a headphone output so you can practice without disturbing anybody. This just makes the unit incredibly versatile. For me, it has so many use cases that I'm still figuring out right now. I can record with it directly into my interface, get studio quality tone that way. I can plug it directly into a cabinet, I can hook up a multi-FX via the FX loop, or I can go full 4-cable method for maximum versatility. When I use in-ears, for example, I could put the loud pedal into a modeler and use it like a fully analog amp block. Or I can do the opposite. I can plug a modeler into the FX return of the loud pedal and use it as a small portable power amp feeding a cabinet. But most importantly, let's hear how it sounds. In any of the clips with direct audio, I'll be using one of the 2 IRs that come with the unit. IRA would be my typical mid-range sound that I would use for lead tones and for fitting right into the mix. IRB is a slightly more aggressive and top-heavy sound for the riffing folks out there, just a more ballsy sound overall. I'll be mostly leaving the EQ and switches in neutral positions during these examples. The reason for that is that I tweaked the IRs to deliver my dream sound when everything is set to noon and all the switches are disengaged. First, let's hear channel 1 without boost. Next up is channel 2 without boost, which I use for a thick but dynamic overdriven sound. Channel 2 with boost is my main lead and heavy rhythm tone. In this example, I'm using it for a big, creamy lead sound with tons of overtones. Notice how I'm still using the volume pot in this clip to get more different nuances out of the sound as I build the solo. And lastly, I want to give you an impression of the sound in the room. What you're hearing here is the camera audio from my recording session with Tom Quayle, plugging our loud pedal units directly into our Laney caps without any effects added. And there you have it, the Laney Loudpedal Ironheart. If you're looking for a pedal that offers great tonal flexibility and unique features, definitely check this one out. It is highly recommended by yours truly, although I may or may not be a little bit biased. This will be with your local retailer or trusted website soon, so thank you very much, and watch out for some awesome performances of Tom Quayle and myself coming up putting these units through their paces. Also make sure to follow us all on Facebook and Instagram to be informed about a huge international clinic tour covering several continents featuring these units. This is Martin Miller signing out. Bye bye and be in touch.